Hey, what's up, guys? This is TBone here, and welcome to our Tuesday stream here. And the event is Verdant Vengeance. It is going to be an Earth Slayer event. It is an Arcane Killer bonus event as well. And so, as typical, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking a look at the deck. I'm also going to be taking a look at the cards and sort of give recommendations as well as whether or not it's something I think is worth going after. And so I just wanted to say hello to everybody in the stream today. And also for today, there are certain things I wanted to try. First time in my stream, I'm trying something new. So I'm gonna give this a shot. Commands I think are actually enabled in the stream as well, so you can actually use some commands. And what we're gonna start with is I'm going to start with a quick poll. I would like for those of you who have already taken a look at the deck here, and give me some, let me know what your thoughts are, and let me see whether you like this or not. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of chatter here, and a lot of people saying hi. Just so, hello everybody, thank you very much for joining here. We got people from Portugal, India, Australia, Hungary. We got a lot of different people from different places, which is really great. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the poll. I'm going to start a poll here, and let's see if this comes out. And it looks like, okay, so let me check something. I knew there's something I wanted to I needed to check here. So let me double check something here, because I think I need to change my settings so that the chat actually allows you to see the messages from. No, I think it's there. Okay. So did you guys see any polls? Not sure if let me cancel this. Okay, so let me start this again. And I wanted to see if you guys see the poll here, and it basically asks, right? So if you, okay, here you go. So the question here is, do you like this event team? If you do, then type exclamation mark vote space and then either yes or no. Okay, but you has to be exclamation mark vote and then space, then type in either yes or no, and then that's how you can actually get your votes into the poll here. So just something for fun. So let me know what you think. And yeah, so I can see people starting to type in here now. So as we continue to go here, we will continue on. And so this is just like a quick way also just to get different people different people involved in here, just to sort of see like the general thoughts about this. And then we will take a look in about the poll will go on for about 30 minutes or 5 minutes actually. So after 5 minutes we'll take a look and see. All right, so while we do this, I'm going to start taking a look at the cards here. And they've also taken away the 50% off of the decks, which I think is a little bit of a shame, because I think that was actually what generates a lot of interest in people buying the deck and whatnot. And so that's just something that I would have liked to see more of. But it is what it is. Instead, what they're focusing on is additional experiences for when you level, and so hopefully this will make it easier for you to evolve your heroes. But if we take a look at the deck here, it is something that I am a little bit unsure of in terms of whether this is going to be a great deck or not, mostly because of the wording. Okay, and so what we'll do is we'll take a look at the ultimate form here. And so the ultimate form is Flourishing Fairies. It is an arcane killer, as we expected. If you take a look at the battle skill here, the first thing it does is it upgrades 6 power gems, 1 level higher. So we've seen this sort of mechanic before, where this would actually, then it creates another 4 power gems. Okay, and what it does is For every power gem skill that is triggered, it will increase attack killer by for one turn by 30%. So the key word here is power gem skill. Well, I should say the keyword is triggered. So the question is, do passive abilities count? And it doesn't seem like it matters whether it's a dark or earth or any other affinity. If it sounds like as long as there is a power gem spawning skill used, it will increase the arcane killer attack by 30%. If that's the case, then this makes this makes, you know, the skills that are based off affinity a bit more viable. So you can use off affinity decks, and you can also use anything that generates power gems. It doesn't have to be an arcane killer card, and all of those would be good. So the best case scenario is if you have 4 other cards that both spawn power gems and passively, like, you know, battle skill spawns power gems and the passive ability spawn power gems, then you basically can double that. And so if that's the case, then you get basically, you know, 2 times 4, that's 8, and then plus the ultimate form by itself, that's 9. So you can get 9 times this. So basically 270% attack increase. So it's not too shabby in a Slayer event per se, but we've all seen much better attack boost coming from the commander cards for arcane killer skills, and so it isn't too impressive if you look at it from that perspective. So for me, I just kind of feel that it's okay from that standpoint, but the thing that's really important though is the passive ability will automatically spawn power gems based on intensity, and so, you know, by itself, at 3,500 arcane killer intensity, you're guaranteed a full board of power gem once every single turn. No conditions after that. And the more of these cards you have, the more higher, like the higher level power gems you will actually have. Okay, and so that is basically a recipe for a long battle. If you're able to build up intensity, you're going to have you're basically going to have a full board of power gem 1s, 2s, 3s, or 4s, you know, for a long time. Okay, and so we've got 18 votes, and only 3 of you voted yes. Okay, and so sounds like there's not a whole lot of people that that really like this deck, and so we'll see about that. And my personal opinions, I'm not sure, but the passive ability of the ultimate form and also the ultra rare card is what's intriguing me. Because if you take a look at the ultra rare card, which is Full Bloom Drake, what this card does is it will create 2 power gems. So it's not very flashy to start with, but then it increases the arcane killer bonus, increases the arcane killer skill. But this is a card that will the card, oh no, I think it's the master collection card, right? So that's the ultra rare card. The ultra rare card actually increases the attack. So the ultra rare is not the one that I think is really impressive, because this one just basically heals every time you have a power gem skill. So it's a healing card, so it does get blocked by toxin, and it doesn't have anything that gets increased based on arcane intensity. It does dispel traitor, so traitor is basically like when you attack, you get damaged as well. But I guess it's the master collection card that is going to be the one that will be ideal to collect, because Queen Damaska is the one that will give you the power gems every single turn based on arcane killer intensity. So if you have 3 master collection cards, 1 ultimate form, it basically means you will have a full board of power gem 4s every single turn once you have 3,500 intensity. But ultimately, if you have less than that, you can have 4 times less that intensity. You can still have a full board of gems every single turn. So it's just that the higher the intensity, the better quality of power gems you'll have. And so it's very good for longer term fights, but in Slayer, it's not really effective. Unless you're going to be going up against bosses that have super high health and you're going to be doing a 60-second health, 16-second time boss, I think that's where it comes in handy. But I'm not sure we're going to get that because there is no world bosses this event, so I'm not sure. And so let's see. Man, all the names are a little bit small that's showing here. So I guess I will take a look here. And so Arjun, how do you get the intensity up? Well, you have to have you need to have either the relics or you need to have the cards that will give you more intensity every single turn. And so now that is the Master Collection card. Overall, I think that this deck will, by itself, on turn 2, not a great gem spawner because you're not going to have a lot of power gems to start. And so on its own, it's actually not going to really be able to give you the number of power gems you need to really be powerful on turn 2. This is a deck that gets a little bit more powerful over time, which again, usually in Slayer type events is a little bit it's a little bit counterintuitive because you need a deck that can actually fill the board earlier. And so it is something you're going to have to mix a deck with in order to be successful. And the question is like, how do I feel about combining with jailers? I think that that's actually going to be one of the options. I am going to show you the options I have that I'm thinking about for decks. And it definitely is one of the cards I think I'll definitely include. And so here's the event card. This one, basically gives you a ability to upgrade 5 power gems, and then it gives you 2 power gem ones. As a card, I'm not really a big fan of just upgrading power gems. I can see why this is used, right? You want to use this battle skill so that when you passively spawn a power gem, you want to be able to upgrade it to something else, which is fine, but ultimately it's a very slow burn deck. It's an extremely slow burn deck that unless you have multiple copies of Master Collection cards and the ultimate form, it's going to take a while to get up there. The nice thing is at least it doesn't require you to have the ultimate form in order to benefit from it. So the Master Collection card is a lot more worth getting than the ultra rare card, in my opinion. Okay. And so the question here from Sondi, what is the revival pack? It's the Blossom deck. I can't remember the name of it anymore, but it's the one with the overgrowth ability. Okay. And so something about the, let me adjust this a little bit because the names are a little bit too small and I don't like the color. I'm gonna have to change the color of the names here. Unfortunately, it's a little bit hard to read. So event card is so-so, and the support card also isn't something that I feel is that great. So altogether, the deck combined, really good Master Collection card. The ultimate form is really good. The ultra rare card is not what I think I like, but apparently I read it wrong. So Levka 2006. I'll take a look at that afterwards. Anyways, the support card gives you 2 power gem once, and then it heals for 100% heal recovery. So it is a lot better than some of the other support cards that we've seen. And so at least it gives you ability to create power gems, which is nice. And then if you have the event card, then you can upgrade those to power gem 2s. So I'm going to take a look at the ultra rare card again. Apparently I didn't get it right. So I'm going to take a look again, right? So this one basically creates 2 power gem 3s. And it increases the Arcane Killer by for 1 turn by 30% for every power gem skill that triggers this turn, right? So this is the same skill as the ultimate form, so you can combine the two. And then the passive ability, it heals for 200% heal recovery for every power gem that triggers. So I'm not sure what I didn't get right. That it's exactly what I just said. It creates 2 power gems. There is no ability to create additional power gems. It will give you the additional power gem boost based on the power gem skills, based on the number that triggers. So you can combine this with the ultimate form, so you can stack the attack bonus. But there isn't anything else that creates more power gems. So I'm not sure what I'm missing here. And I said that, right? It increases attack, but it isn't better than some of the commander cards that we've seen. So what does it mean per power gem trigger? I think it's power gem skill. So basically, every time you have a skill that you activate, I think whether you activate it or whether it passively activates, that counts as a skill. So when that gets triggered, it's going to in that same turn. It basically then allows you to use this battle skill to say, okay, like there were 6 different skills that spawn power gems. Those 6 will not count and will give you 30% times 6 for 180% attack increase. Thoughts on the combined relic? I haven't taken a look at the relic just yet, so let me take a look at those. So the ultimate relic here, basically, let's see, it gives you attack increase, gives you power gems. Okay, healing up is the same. Earth gem, initiator, same thing. Intensity, shield breaker. I'm not sure. I don't see anything different, at least for 1 star, right? And then a 2-star, it's enhanced arcane killer, enhanced with arcane killer. It's all it says. It's like, what happens with the 3-star one? So at 3 stars, I don't see anything except that it breaks more arcane shields, right? So yeah, so I'm not sure that I see anything especially impressive with the ultimate relic. So the question here from Joe K78: can passive skills be counted? That's the thing that I'm curious about as well. I would like to think that it is, because Verdant Druids is nice because every single turn you're going to get power gen spawn, so that will help you you take advantage of the battle skill. And so the deck does indeed need to be mixed with the jailers. Now, before I move on, before I open up the deck, one thing I also wanted to do today is I wanted to try and do this thing where I can do a giveaway. And so I'm going to, let's see, did I not save it? Oh no, I did. So basically for the next 30 minutes, I think what this is going to do is, I hope it will give you a, here you go. Okay. So I'm giving a t-shirt, so the link is included below. Okay. So if you click on the link, you'll see what t-shirt I'm talking about. And to enter the raffle, just type in !raffle. Okay. And after 30 minutes, what I will do when the raffle period is over, I'm going to go ahead and randomly select a winner. So the winner that and then the way this works is you just need to enter once. Everybody gets 1 ticket for entering, and so everybody gets equal chance. And if you are a subscriber, you're I think you need to be a subscriber. But if you're not subscribed, this is an opportunity to go ahead and subscribe now, and then you'll be able to enter the raffle. Okay, and 30 minutes later, I will then give away a t-shirt. The winner will be selected, and then I'll ask for your info offline, and then I will send it to you. Okay. All right. So while that's going on, okay, so everybody's going to be busy checking out the raffle, I'm going to go ahead and open a few tiers. So the number of tiers that I could open is 3. So I don't know if I care too much about whether I get the event deck this time or not, just because I have a deck that I think I could use. But I'm going to go ahead and start opening. So keeping my fingers crossed. And so there's a lot of participation. I think this is a little bit easier way to do giveaway rather than the ways I've done before. So good luck to everybody as well. All right. So let's take a look at my first 3 tiers and let's see what we get. All right. Let's see here. So this is tier 1. And we get also Motley, and that is basically our single card. And then we have a gem gift. So that is to be expected. And thank you very much, R. And so tier 1, sort of as I expected. Tier 2, I'm expecting to get my support card. And then tier 3, I will at least have a, I will have a relic. Okay. So what other teams do I think will be good for this event? So another one that will be good is just in general, anything that can give you a damage boost, anything that gives you Slayer bonus. If you have the hard one gorillas, it's going to work really well in this event. So you don't really need the event deck. You just need to have, as long as you have hard one gorillas, I think you'll do just fine. So here's my tier 2. And we have our support card and got a saber and 50 coins, as well as a couple of orbs of XPs. Now, these orbs of XPs, I think they're supposed to double in the amount of experience they provide. And so that's going to mean, that means less to evolve. So that's going to be good. Okay. You got excited, but it was an ultra rare from the old collection. Well, at least that helps, right? At least that's something that works here. Okay, and we got the Beast and the love from Melbourne. Hey, thank you for joining us here. Okay, so let's go to tier 3 and see what we get. So the very minimum I'm expecting here is a relic, and this is where I'm going to echo my sentiment again. Like, if this was half off, I could have gone to tier 4, which would have given me at least a, which at least given me an event card. So that would have been something I would have liked. But instead, I can only go to tier 3 and not leave myself with a whole lot of gems. And so that is, that's just my personal opinion, is that I think they had it just right when they left it at the half off. The 50% off actually is the right price. And so this is basically my pull here. So I got my guaranteed relic, and I've got a couple of junk cards, including a 50 evolution coin. So the streak continues. I think this is now event number 8. Event number 8 where I haven't got anything. Sylvie T, where do you register? You don't have to register. Just type in here. Just type in exclamation mark raffle, and then that is going to sign you in. And then at the end, when the raffle ends, I will go ahead and pick a random winner. Okay. Now, in terms of what options you could have here is what I've personally come up with. All right. And so the jailers is definitely by far and away the best combination that you can add for a quick turn 2 damage, just because on its own, it already will give you a 1200% damage increase. So compare that to a 30% increase. You have to multiply the 30 by 4 by 40, right? 40 times 30 is 1200. Okay, so there's nothing you can do to actually match that amount of boost. And what I've done here is the ultimate form will give me the attack boost on its own, and then I just added a ultra rare card that also gives me the boost, so that gives me a 24% damage boost. My hard one gorillas, I just bought the card from the Proving Ground to give me a 2 pink start card, so that's gonna get me 600% attack boost. So I think this is going to be more than enough for me to actually deal enough damage, okay, to actually be able to take this on. And so for me, then the question is, okay, so what do I do here? So in terms of the relics, I'm actually using the commander relic here, just because this it will be applied to all arcane killer anyway, as long as I have a commander card on the team, and I do. And the attack boost and all of those things will be applied to all arcane killers. And so the fact that I have one that I got from the previous commander deck doesn't actually matter. I can still use it. Like, I could swap this out. Like, I already have 5, but if I didn't, for example, this is where I would put in the current relic from this particular event and then fill it up. And so then I was thinking, okay, so what else do I need to do? Well, then I added Voltreon, which is also another, arcane killer card. It's a Slayer card that is going to benefit from this as well. Given that I only have the support card here, like, I could use it because that at least gets that 10 times damage. I think I might actually get more damage out of that card. But then what I needed to do is I needed to give myself a bit more power gems. And so the power gem spawner I chose to use is United Taurs. Now, another option that you could go with instead of United Taurs is to go with Earth Slayer. Like, there are a lot of options here. You can go with United Taurs if you had it. If you have Verdant Druid, you can also use that. I'm going to show you another option that I used here. So another card that you could use here, which most of us who've played for a little bit now should have this card, and that is the Abarca. So Abarca will create 10 power gems. Okay, it'll create 10 power gems, and you can use this relic that creates a power gem 4 on the beginning, on turn 1. So it's a really good card to have, and so this will give you 10 power gem 2s. So this will help you, but you need to have 4 or more power gem 4s on the board. And the only cards that will be giving you power gem 4s here is actually going to be Hard One Gorillas. It gives you 2. Okay, and so Hard One Gorillas gives you 2 power gem 4s, and then Voltron will give you another 2. So another option that you could go with is simply to change this to basically, you know, let's see, not Arcane Killer, yes, Slayer. So change that to Abarca, and now you have a similar, not similar, but you're going to have a slightly weaker version, but it's still a card that can be very helpful. Now you do lose a little bit of the, bonus from the empowerment, but if you don't have any other cards that's a good gen spawner, then I would recommend that you give this a try. Okay. And so let's see, Joey K. You're testing out various combinations, but you end up disappointed even with the deck. Yeah, so it's, like for those of you who already have the event deck, I think that you're going to find that the power gen spawning ability on turns 2 and 3 are going to be a little bit lacking. It is going to be a powerful deck as you move on, though, right? So as you continue to build up intensity, it's going to be more and more powerful. So this is option number 1. Using the jailers, I think, is almost you just have to do it. If you expect to be able to deal enough damage on turn 2 to be able to fight for that 15% or even MVP, I think you need to use this. Another option I thought about was something like this, where I actually kind of think that I will have to change this up a little bit. So something I was thinking about is, in this particular situation, what I am actually doing is, I'm going to change this to Commander. What I'm actually doing here is I am, relying on my Hard One Gorillas to give me my attack, my damage boost. And so I wanted more Slayer cards on the deck. And so again, brought in United Taurus here. Originally, I didn't put in the Jailers because I wanted to sort of see how that would be. Verdant Druids, it is going to be also a pretty good option for turn 2 because it will give you 12 power gem. How many is it? Power gem 4s? No, power gem 3s. It will give you 12 power gem 3s on turn 2, just because if you at least have 1 power gem on the board, you can get that as well. So that is another option, but you have to be careful not to use the ultimate form because it's going to nuke, and when you nuke, you lose your turn. Instead, you can give yourself a little bit of damage boost for your immortal killers, but it's more of like, for your heal, but then you're not really going to heal for turn 2. So this is another option as well, just because I wanted to be able to give my Slayer cards that 600% damage boost, and those were the cards I came up with. But I honestly don't know if this is necessarily better than this option with the United Taurus option, right? So there are a lot of different cards out there. There's also like the Unbreakable Sisterhood that you can use. That's a turn 3 deck. It also spawns a lot of power gems. Verdant Druids is good if you have more ultra rare cards, for example. Like if you wanted to use that, I would almost recommend just bringing in 2 ultra rare cards from there, because that's going to give you 18 plus additional power gems you can spawn. At least that's going to give you a way to deal more damage quickly, right? And you can get that every single turn. So you can keep chipping. Aside from that, there's like other options in here. And out of the collection cards that you can get from this particular event, if you take a look at the collection, not anything that I would really want to use, okay? And so it's telling me to go 1 more tier to get Percival, but I'm not going to spend another 2,500 gems to go to tier 4 at this point. So let's see, Prozac, Sailor Root. Yeah, so Sailor Root is the event card version that gets you power gem 1s as opposed to power gem 2s, but it is also an option here. Let's see. So Robert Kellogg, besting with the event deck sounds like to lock it in. So yeah, if you wanted to really do something with your boss, you're gonna have to figure out how to lock. And the way you lock bosses is you actually would have to go and you would actually have to go in and then quit out immediately. Okay. And now let's see. So I do have relic. I do have enough tokens for a Corellian boss here. I'm just trying to see what I want to go after, because I guess it doesn't really matter. I have enough cores for all of them, and I think the ingot. Right, the ingot token is actually a universal. So let's go ahead and do a boss fight here. And let's see. I think I'm gonna summon. I'm not gonna, like, if I use this one, I'm not really gonna be able to do any battle skills anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and use. I'm gonna go ahead and use Quetzalcoatl. I definitely agree. They House of Hain. They definitely need to stay with their 50% off. I just think that it is such a better price point for everybody, whether you're a spender or not. And like for me, 2 events ago, I actually decided to invest in the deck because of the 50% off. Now you all saw that I got burned pretty badly with it, unfortunately. But I still think that would have been a much better, it's just a much better experience overall for everybody. You don't need to spend too much of your gems to go to at least tier 4, and then like to go above and beyond after that. It's still something that people can do, but it won't feel as horrible. Whereas, like, the way things are right now, it just feels bad. Like it just feels bad to go. All right, so where is my card? It is over here. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure I have all the relics, and we'll just quickly go and see if we can get ourselves another 3-star cudgel. So that's a goal here. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the battle. And so let's see how much longer the raffle is going to go for. So there's another 14 minutes. Another 14 minutes before the raffle is done, and there's 47 entries. So there's still time, guys. For those of you who have joined, go ahead and enter the raffle. And if you have not yet subscribe to my channel as well, so that you can also make sure you hit the notification bell, so that when I do come online, you're gonna see it. My hope is to try and do more of these giveaways. I'm not gonna give as many. Like, I'll probably just do one each time, but I'm gonna try and do more of these giveaways over more numbers of streams, rather than just do like a big one, like once in a very long while. We are all sort of staying at home, and we all sort of this is sort of my way to give back to the community as well. This is something that I think that people hopefully will enjoy. And so it is short of a code, since they don't give out codes in the game, right? Short of a code I can use to give you guys goodies, this is the best thing I could do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. And so this is the deck I use because, well, I probably should have just brought in another Master Collection card. I'm not sure if I have another one. You would not use the protectors. I guess Prozac, you're probably answering a question there. So may you use Protector of the Realm, Arcane Commander, or the Blossoming Arcane Immortal? I think that if you were to use the protectors, you will find yourself lacking a lot of damage, because commanders and Slayer events are harder, just because you need to get the Slayer bonus in order to really benefit from the damage. Otherwise, you're going to find that even though you have the arcane killer skill, you're not going to get a lot of damage, because it's also just 4 times bonus. So you're losing a lot there compared to a Slayer card. A regular Slayer card, for example, will get you 10 times Slayer bonus, but without it, you're going to lose just way too much there. Okay. And Jonathan, thank you very much. And yeah, we are doing what we can. We're staying at home, and homeschooling has been very interesting. Although finally getting into the groove of things, and work. I'm used to the work from home part. Now it's just sort of like getting to the point where we could get our kids also in a groove, in the same groove. Then it's been a little bit of a challenge, but it's been okay. All right, so my phone is heating up pretty badly right here, so that's why you see there's a lot of lag. I'm actually hoping that I'll be able to do this fast enough to take out the boss here. Although, I have no doubt that I'll be able to do it. Just that it's taking a while to. Oh, you know what it is I forgot to do? I know what it is I forgot to do. I'm just gonna quit right now because I just realized exactly what I missed. The reason why I should not have done that is because I should have brought in a Generation 2 legend card, and I haven't done this in a few events, and so I completely forgot. And so this is a good opportunity to also remind you guys, if you were to play if you were to actually play the Corellian boss, just bring in a Generation 2 legend, because that will help you get rid of the armor faster, and it increases your damage by a ton. And so that way you actually don't need to worry about your damage output. And because I'm doing that, I'm going to bring in my other Master Collection card. So Fire Honored, and that is going to be right here. Now I could actually do this too, because this card does exactly the same thing. So check this out. So now I have 4 passive gem spawners, and this is a dragoon that I have actually specialized to honor, because I use this fire team a lot in my guild versus guild fights as well. All right, so let's go ahead and try this now. We're gonna be a lot faster this time around. Yeah, I just completely forgot about that, and so good thing I remember, because I was thinking like, why is the armor going down so slowly? And I realized that I didn't actually follow my own advice from when I first made this video, and that is, well, I should be using a Gen 2 legend card. I have my Sarah at 5 stars, just a little bit off for getting her to 6 stars. I'm really looking forward to that, actually, because when the Twin Dragons first came out, like, that was my goal, is to get them to 6 stars and to finally combine the two, so that I could actually get the hero I've been looking for. Unfortunately, it's been taking a long time, and I still don't have it. And so this is the passive spawn ability with this deck, right? With those 4 cards, that's what I can do. I can't wait to see how much damage I'll be able to do when I finally get the armor done. Okay, and unfortunately, I think when the passive abilities actually come off is when Quetzalcoatl's immunity is going to kick in. So that's going to be a shame, because I think now he's going to have his immunity, and I'm going to passively spawn all my gems, right? So he is now going to be invulnerable, and if I do this, I'm not actually going to get anything, am I? I probably could have used this opportunity to save some power gems then. Okay, so that's still... Oh no, this next one is invulnerable. Okay, so let's go ahead and save some power gems now, so that next time I could actually deal more damage. So the first hit is so-so, not as impressive, but this next time is going to be better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I think I just need one more turn, right? Oh no, I'm good now. All right, so I think this should at least bring it close to death, if not completely wipe it out. Yeah, so even at 4 stars, Prozac is right. Even at 4 stars, getting it as leader is going to be super useful. All right, so we just need one more hit and we're done. So not too difficult with this. I think I have actually, 4 of the cards that give me passive spawns, but even without the 4th one, I think you could, easily get this done. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this off. I think 174 should be doable, right? Yeah, we're going to be able to do it. So let's see now what we win. Keep our fingers crossed for something good to make up for the fact that my vault wasn't so good. And no, I didn't even get a core. Gosh. So I got the 2, the eye, the bone, the skill. This is like a regular. This looks like just like a regular boss fight. What a waste of 250 tokens. I thought that the cores are almost guaranteed, but in my case, it's just not. So it's just not my day, right? It's unfortunate. I just don't have the kind of luck right now. All right, let's see. There's other questions here. So Quentin, you have a master collection. You have a master card, both the ultimate form and your returning user from 2019. Do you still need the ultra rare card and all 5 relics for the new event? So I'm trying to see what questions what your question means. So you said that you have both the Master Collection card and the Ultimate form. If you do, then you should already have the Ultra Rare card. Uh, do you still need ultra rare and all 5 relics? So if you have the ultimate form, that's going to give you attack boost to all of your Slayer cards. So you could also simply just bring in your other Slayer cards into into your fight. And so like if you have this ultimate form, for example, it's going to give a 900% damage increase to all of your Earth Slayer deck. And so then at that point, then just decide. I would recommend you bring in most of your event deck, to be honest with you, because you get the best Slayer damage boost. Like I don't think you want to actually not bring it in. I think what you want to do is you want to use your Ultimate Form, Master Collection card, and your Ultra Rare card, those 3, and then bring other cards that can give you the power gems to fill up the board so that you could actually do more damage there. So that is my recommendation. I wouldn't not use the event cards from the ultra rare ultimate form and the event card and master collection card perspective, unless you're able to get the shiny, right? So the shiny, if you're a returning user and if you're new, I'm going to explain how this works. So the shiny master collection card is one that you can see that has its own banner in the collections here. So if you take a look in the banner here, it tells you in the shiny collection like what you need, right? So you basically need all of these cards, and then you can collect her. If you have the master collection card, then I would say then probably I wouldn't worry about yeah, I would put it in. I was kind of thinking like, would I then say, you know, not worry about the ultra rare card? Like I think you probably should still use the ultra rare for the additional damage boost, especially if you don't have jailers. If you don't have jailers, then you should definitely use this combination. And also I'm just gonna collect my coins. So basically I am gonna be 2 coins away from crafting a full team. And my thinking right now is I'm not going to craft this team. I don't think that I'm going to craft this team because I have a much, in my opinion, I think a much more fun, or just like a free alternative. I have an alternative with the deck I have that I think I'm going to be able to take advantage from. Like I think I'm going to enjoy that, and so I'm going to save my coins instead for commander events. My personal thinking is that they have flipped it around now so that Slayer events really don't have great deck options, and it's just not as important to have a super strong Slayer deck unless you're fighting for the, where did my cards go? Where did it? There it is. Where you don't need to have the most high damaging deck to be successful in Slayer, as long as you can get about 15%. If you can get your 15%, then you could probably do okay in Slayers. In Commanders, there's no way. So I wasn't able to maintain my placement. So if you take a look, I'm not sure if it's still here. So Rabid Renegades, I'm going to show you how I did. So look at my placement, 179th. It was the single worst performance I have ever had in any event. I actually going to be moving down to Kings League after this. I haven't been in Kings League since they introduced Emperors. Okay. And so I don't, I think I may have gone down once and then went back up, but I don't think I have because I think um, I fought really hard when I was in Kings to go to Legends, but then they introduced Emperors right in between and I moved into Emperors instead. I don't think I've ever dropped from there ever since, except for the last event. I mean, like I was kind of close, but I was still like only at like 50% of the points needed in order to get into it. And the reason for that is because I didn't have the event team. So they've made, and I gave this feedback to the dev team. Slayers and commanders have sort of switched rules now, where in commanders, if you don't have the deck or the correct killer skill, you're basically dead in the water. Okay. And I told them that it made the event extremely unenjoyable because I did everything I could. If you take a look at like what I did, if I streamed my like 2 hour session of just banging my head against the wall trying to figure out what I could do with the cards I have, and I don't have a bad set of cards. Okay, the only thing I didn't have is I didn't have Dark Arcane Killer bonus cards in my collection, but I had really good cards. I have a lot of other ultimate forms. I have a lot of cards that can deal a lot of damage, and the best I could do was to use a full Jailer's deck. Okay, I ended up using this entire Earth Commander Jailer's deck. This is what I had, and I was able to take out the ultra kill boss, but then I wasn't able to get 200%, and so it became a huge grind. And so I told the devs this that they have basically set up commanders to punish those who don't have the event deck or that have the right killer skills, because from my perspective, I think I'm pretty skilled at deck building, but skill had nothing to do with last event. It had nothing to do with skills. It simply was too punishing to not have the deck. And that's how I felt about it. And so it was kind of demotivating. And so that's why I'm going to save my coins for Commander. I think that, don't bother wasting your coins in Slayer events. That's really what I'm going to say. Having gone through this, having gone through the last several Slayer events, it no longer makes sense to waste your coins on a Slayer event. I think for Slayer event, just tag and rally. If you can't take down bosses, save your coins so that you have the opportunity to get your event deck in a commander event. Because if you don't get it, if you don't have the event deck, then there is no point in playing. You might as well skip it. So for me, that is what it's come down to. And I told them they have to think about it. They have to realize that the experience, and this is no longer just a conversation about free to play. We always used to talk about free to play players, not being able to compete, and they should be okay with it. Well, it's worse than that. Okay, free to play players, first of all, should be able to compete. Okay, but they've made it so that even spenders, moderate spenders who get unlucky or who choose not to spend for a particular event, they punish them as well. It's so the way it's designed is too punishing, and I had to give them my peace of mind on that one. So hopefully it'll be better, but I don't expect to get better next event. So what I am suggesting right now is Slayer events, keep your coins. Don't waste your coins on Slayer events. Save it and use it only in Commander events. Okay, so that is my recommendation. All right, so let's take a look, and looks like the timer has ended. So we have 51 entries, and let's go ahead and pick a winner. So I'm going to, I think this is going to randomly pick a winner for me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And okay. Lori Hunter, congratulations. You have won a shirt. So what I would like for you to do afterwards is please message me in the network chat and look for me, send me a private message, and then I will get your contact info in order to send you your t-shirt. Okay, so congratulations. This is, in my opinion, a much easier way to do the giveaway because I don't want to mess it up. And so this is what Streamlabs actually provided me in terms of functionality, and I enjoy it very much. So congratulations, Lori. Message me afterwards, and then let me know. Okay. So let's see. Mel Failmore, is the constantly moving goalpost to keep people to continually spend? And let's see. Ruckus Tread. You had all the cards last event. You still only got ninth in Paladin. So I guess people who got like if you have an event deck, then you're going to be competing for sure. For me, I just wanted to stay above the bubble, and I couldn't do that, and so I unfortunately will be going down. But I'm sure that I'll probably be able to work my way back in if I work hard. But I don't know. We'll see. It's been a while since I've been in Kings League, so I'll take a look and see how things are like. I know that one of the things that is worse about Kings League is that you're not going to be able to get 2 cards if you fall below a certain ranking, and so probably have to try a little bit harder. At the end, winner chicken dinner. That's funny. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about this format here in terms of the giveaway here. I was thinking maybe one. I'm not sure. I'll probably do once every, um, either every other stream, or I could try and do every stream. It feels like it seems like if it's just a single shirt, it wouldn't be too bad. So the way it works is you see the link there. What I do is I order that online on your behalf, and then I send it to your address. Okay, and so take a look at the link as well. If you are interested in getting it for yourself, the link is available. They do ship it to, they pretty much ship it everywhere. And so I think I sent something over to like a different country as well. So they do take care of the shipping as well. And so check it out for yourself. But that's the way it's going to work is I will just send it and then have it shipped to you on your behalf. So let's see. Robert Kellogg, you just got back after a year. You bought the deck. Last event, you hit 233 billion trophies, and you got 43 third in Emperor. So that's pretty good. You had a lot of keys left over, and it's right. Like it is interesting because with the deck, you still had to actually do some deck building in order to maximize the damage to get the 50%. But if you didn't, then it didn't matter what deck you built. Like if you don't have the deck, if you don't have the killer the killer skill, then your actual skill didn't matter. You needed to have both in the last event. You needed to have both the skills to build to basically build a deck, the skills to play that deck, and you needed the luck to actually have the right killer skill. And so there's just too many combinations involved here, and that's going to be the case again in the next commander event. So I hope the best of luck for everybody next event. Save your relics. And this event, if you don't have the right cards, I think this is a little bit more forgiving for building something that could still possibly work. And so I will come up with some ideas for that once the event starts. But then I would say, if you don't have any options, don't fret. You could still tag and rally a boss to relatively good success. You won't be able to compete at a high level, but hopefully it should still be enough for you to get what you need to. Okay, so let's see. So Gideon, you have the setup that I was talking about. If I want to examine, and okay, yeah, I could take a look later on, and I will be trying out. I'll be trying out this, and I think I'm going to try this again. One thing I tried last time was get some viewer submissions for your favorite deck and how it works. I might try to run that again because I don't have the event deck, and if my luck continues, that might continue to be the trend. If you have a video that you made yourself of like the deck that you like in action that you're using to take out the boss, and you feel like sharing it and you're okay with sharing it, feel free to send a message to me. I just need to have your consent to include in my own videos, and then I will make something of that. So if that's something that you feel like you want to participate in, drop me a line, let me know, and then I might set up a process moving forward for that. But for now, just message me and let me know. Okay. And Rachel, you finished 19th in your Emperor group and was an easygoing group. Well, congratulations to you all. Glad that you guys are doing well. And so, hope you guys have a good event. Hope you guys have a better luck than I do with the Vault Pull. As usual, my recommendation for this particular event deck is if you already have Hard One Gorillas, I think there is less... I think there is actually less pressure to get this event deck because I think it should do just fine. If you already got the deck, then use some of the other cards that I mentioned to build out your gem spawners so that you can actually get a lot of power gems on the board. You will definitely do really well. And then if you are asking the question of whether or not you should go ahead and craft the deck, I would say if you have the Master Collection card, go ahead and keep it and use that but I wouldn't use or spend coins to craft a deck in a Slayer event at this point in time. Given the current meta, save your coins as much as possible. Only use it in commander events. I think you can get by with a Master Collection card this event. If not, use the Proving Ground stores to craft yourself your hard-won gorillas, and I hope the best for you. Yes, Mount Fillmore. I definitely use the Proving Grounds coins because if you look at what's ahead, the only other one is going to be the Fire Slayer deck, which I don't have. I don't have two of, so I'm not going to be able to craft it anyway. But I kind of look at it and say, of all the ultimate forms that is available in the Proving Grounds, there are only two which I will recommend. And the first one is going to be Freedom Fighters, and then the other one is going to be the Hard-Won Gorillas. So I've already used my coin, and the one I got is definitely Hard-Won Gorillas. The other one, like I said, is going to be the Freedom Fighters. It's still going to be available for one more season. So next season it's still going to be available, but I think the season after that it's going to disappear and be refreshed and replaced with others. Looking ahead, I don't need anything else for the cards, but definitely use your Proving Ground store coins to get the Hard-Won Gorillas anyway. Okay, or Freedom Fighter, really either one of the two, because those two will always be useful no matter what. Robert, thoughts about future videos on Proving Grounds or Guild vs. Guild? I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any more videos on the Proving Grounds because they haven't changed anything. There hasn't been any changes to it, so it's not really interesting except for potentially how you could get the gauntlet. I will think about more Guild vs. Guild focused videos though. I know that's something that people always ask for, and that's something that I will consider doing a little bit more of. Okay. And so, Michelle, you're gonna go to Emperor's. You're going up to Emperor's League, and no, I think you'll be fine. Emperor's League is actually relatively easy to stay in, especially in a Slayer event. Okay, so hope the best for you. And that's gonna be it for me for today. So if you have any other comments or anything, like let me know what you thought about today's sort of giveaway, the polls. Like, do you want to see more of the polls? Was it more engaging for you? Was it like, how did it feel? How was your experience in today's stream? Let me know, and obviously congratulations again to Lori Hunter. Let me know, give me a message offline later on so we can chat about it, and let me know what you think, what you want to see more of in these streams, and also if you have a video that you definitely are interested in submitting, also reach out and let me know. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. Take care, have a good event, and I will see you next time. All right, bye now. Take care. And thanks, Natalie. I hope my luck gets better.